श्रवण किया और इसके पश्चात संक्षेप में राधा सत्य के बारे में बताया। श्रीमती राधिका कृष्ण की अंतरंगा-svarupa-shakti कृष्ण के आनंद सत्य के बारे में बताया।
So, how many Shaktis does Krishna? Ananta Shakti. So there are three Shaktis. From that many Shaktis, three prominent Shaktis are Chik Shakti, Maya Shakti and Jiva Shakti. And Chik Shakti is a spiritual potency, Maya Shakti is the marginal potency, and Jiva Shakti is living entities. Is internal Shakti, antaranga-Shakti, external Shakti, and marginal Shakti, Tataksha Shakti. An internal potency or Swarup Shakti. And Swarup Shakti, Haldini, is composed of hladini-shakti, sandini-shakti, and Chit Shakti. Hladini-shakti is Ananda Shakti, and Chit Shakti is the knowledge Shakti, and Sandini Shakti. Who gives Anand to Krishna? That's Radharani. So that's called Hladini-shakti. That Shakti gives pleasure to Krishna. With the Hladini-shakti, he tastes karate. He relishes the Anand with the Hladini-shakti, and he gives pleasure to others with that Shakti. So all the sukh, happiness, is because it's happening by Hladini-shakti. Hladini-shakti is responsible for all the Ananda Shakti, Ananda happiness. Hladini-shakti. So this Shakti, the Prema Shakti is like this, no? Louder, okay. The Srimati Radha. She is the Srimati Radhika is when the Prema increases into Mahabhav, very thick, when the Prema is very matured, it is called Mahabhav. A Mahabhav Swarupa is Radharani. So the Mahabhav Swarupi of the when it's fully completed, it's fully sneha, bhav, then after bhav, mahabhav, ruda, adi ruda, Mohan, Madan, Mohan, Madanakya Bhav. Madanakya Bhav is only of Mahabhav. It's only in Radhika's. Radhika only relishes that Madana Marga Bhav. It's not in Prakash. It does not manifest in anyone else. This Prem, the manifestation of the Prem, Dipta, Uddipta, Sudipta. This Sattvic. Sometimes, if someone has one Shakti Vikar, it's called what? Like before you light the fire, like coal, the coal, when you light the coal when you light the coal, when we were living in Mathura at that time, the chula, the stove, we used to mix. We used to put this coal for the stove. Then we would put it in the stove and then light it up. So it takes first before the fire appears, it's the smoke comes out. So before the fire, the smoke appears. Goba, the cow, when it's dried. Oh, okay.
Just speak normally as you speak.
I thought it disturbs them. I'm so used to speaking softly on here. Is it? Okay. So he's saying, when we at our time, it was very, very difficult to cook in our times. We had tears in our eyes from the smoke, in the Mathura Math. Gas, they didn't have the gas there. Also the wood, the wood they used to use for the cooking. We didn't have money even to buy the wood. So there was a nearby, there's a trees, there was a train, there was a train station there. Steam engine. There was train at that time. The train was like steam engine. Now though there is not many steam engines, trains around. And they used to throw, they have the coal that was not used, they used to throw it out, and they used to bring that to the mud, and they used to crush it and mix it with the manure. The coal that was used by the steam engine trains, So the excess coal was thrown away. So that's how they used to cook in Mathura. Mix with manure. Cow's manure. No, cow's,
Okay. Cow.
cow's manure. They mix it with coal. I miss what. So it's a Mula-rupa. You know what he's saying? It appears, the bow appears only in the sattvic vichar. You can just very little, the mic, you see it very slightly. And Ditya Ami Sakti-Vikara. So it's only very slightly like romanch, when somebody has a romanch. Very, very lightly you'll have tears. The sadhak hides his bow. He will not externally show his moods or bows. Because the prema is such a thing, you should not. You not show it out to others. As much as the prema is hidden, you hide that prema, then the madhurya, you will relish that prema more. That's why sadhak, when the sadhak is doing bhajan, and the kam, krodh, when the kam and krodh is gone and the heart is pure, clean, then sometimes we will see the sadhak will have these symptoms of bhav. That's called mic. Like the symptoms are very slight, very like little, minute. So like like the fire, he gave an example of a coal. When before the coal is fired, you see smoke come out like that. So there's three, which prakash, which does manifest? Ashakti, Arop-shakti. Sometimes 2 or 3. No, I didn't understand that. Ashakti vikar. How the shakti, the vikar manifests is man. It's like a smoke. One of the 8 sattvics, which are the first. So it's really then in a very slightly manifest. It's like a smoke, the first. Sometimes the growth, in Ashakti Vichar, only slightly is manifested. Only 1, 2. First is 1. Sometimes 2 also appears in like in 3. The sattvic rechargement. All the Ashta-sattvika-vikaras, they appear like first in 1, then 2, then 3. Then slowly, and then dipta, the romanch. Uddipta means 3 or 4 types appear. Like dipta means 3. In Uddipta, there's 4 or 5 of the vikaras that manifest, and Sudipta, all are at the same time. All the the bhav moods appear on the body symptoms at the same time. That is the Sudipta Mahabhav. In Sudipta Mahabhav, all 8 sattvik vikar appears and the appears complete. But only in Srimati Radhika is, and only that is the right. That bhav is only in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in the Radhika. So the Prema of Radharani is Prema Mahabhav Swarupini. Here it's explained that Srimati Radhika's Swarup is a Swarupini, Radharani is a Swarupini Mahabhav, the complete. She is the Swarupini of complete Mahabhav. Mahabhav comes with Chintamani. Chintamani Sar. So Mahabhav is the essence of Chintamani. And whatever desires that Krishna has, Radharani fulfills it completely. Chintamani Mahabhav Radha. Like Krishna manifests in many Swarup, expands in the Swarup. But the Mool, the original Swarup of Krishna is the original, that is dhira-lalita-nayaka. He is the Mool, he is the original Krishna. That is his original Swarup of Krishna. That's the Swarup that Krishna is with the gopis. Then Srimati Radhika's many Swarup, also Srimati Radhika's manifest in many different, manifest in many moods. So that's why. So Krishna is in avatar. So many avatars manifest from Krishna. So similarly, in Radharani's, there's many manifestations, and that so for example, in Vaikuntha, Krishna is manifested in Narayan, and then Radharani manifests into Lakshmi. So all the avatars, all the avatars are the expansion of Radhika. They're the expansion of Radhika. So they originally come from Radhika. So the mool of that Shakti is Srimati Radhika. That's the Radhika who is always with Krishna. Sandini Swarupi. There is Vyogini Radha and Sangini Radha. The mool, the original Radharani is Srimati Radha, is Vrishbhanu Radha. She's a Vrishbhanu Nandini Radha. She's called Swadan. when Krishna is in dhira-lalita form, then Sri Radhika is a Swadhina Bhakta, is Prakash. So see, that is the original Radha. So the original Radha is Vrishmanu Radhika, na? He is some other word. So but to do the sadhan and all the ashakti, all the 8 sakhis are manifested from Radhika, Lalita. All the 8 sakhis are manifested from Radhika. They are the expansions of Radhika. Kaya Vayu. So they are all the expansions of Radhika. Kaya Vayu. How Chintamani Radha and Radhika. Lalita is Kaya Vayu. Chintamani. Krishna Muta Dhira It says to fulfill all Krishna's desires is Radhika, Srimati Radhika. Tell him to translate. I'm not understanding so many words. I cannot understand so many words. Srimati Radha. She's got sneha. She's got so much sneha. Tell him to translate. You can't translate. I'll translate what I can understand because some of the words I'm finding very difficult. Translate. Who is there? Give it to me. I don't understand it myself. Like kumkum, that kumkum, and it's like from one plant. Kumkum is the reddish powder, and this is another thing that comes from the plant. It's like it comes from a grass. It's like a root underneath the ground. Then you clean that and you dry it, and then they grind it. And that they lap, they and they put it on the body. Maybe you can get it from the store. They do that during the wedding, like they put the lap, like they put it on the body, like when they mix it with haldi, when the grooms during the marriage, they put it on the groom and the bride. and the groom on the bride, they cover it, they put it on the body of groom and bride. What does it? It gives effulgence, brightness to the skin. So Radhapati, Radha, the sneha, the love and affection that Radha has for Krishna. So it's like a sugandhi, means like the but so that fragrance is compared to that mixture of that root and haldi that's put on bride and groom. When is this Krishna's sneha pradhanka, when he's in his youthful form? Navayugan, when he's in ever fresh, youthful form. I'm really sorry. Yeah, such me. Some means the youth between adolescence. Alya, youthful, Navakishore. Bala is a childhood. He is a child, young, up to the age of up to 5 is a childhood. Balak, 1 to 5 is a child, is a young balak. And then 5 up to from 5 to 6 is Pogan. Pogan. That is called Pogan, from 5 to 7. And then after 7, from 7 to till 9 years old, Navakishore. Navakishore. So from the age of 7 to 9, it is Navakishore. It's called. That time, the body, so you can see that bodies. So here, the reason they are saying that Krishna sneha, this the sneha, that sneha, what is sneha? Sneha is chitta Travata, where the heart is completely melted with the love and affection. How will you know that the heart is melted? In the eye, the tears will flow from the eyes. When you have darshan of Krishna, you will have so much anand when you have darshan of Krishna, that even you were trying to hide those bhav, when the Krishna milk is so much utkandaka, eagerness. That's why all the fragrance, you see all the fragrance, and all these herbs that has got fragrance, and you grind it and put that in body. So that sneha is that full of all the different types of fragrances. It's compared to that's called Sugandhi. Sugandhi, what it is after that? Sugandhi. Aroma, okay. During the bathing, it's very like there are these three types of bathing. But madhyam snan, only morning snan, then lunchtime bathing. These three types of bath: morning, lunchtime, and evening. So the first bathing is in the morning, and then the second bathing of Radharani is in the afternoon. And the third snan is in the evening. Sandhya Arti, evening. Just about when the sun is setting. That bathing is called snan. Sandhya snan. What is the meaning of these words, bathing? So like, I didn't understand that. So in the Balaka, restlessness. When you are a child, there is a restlessness, And then when the child gets older, then what happens to the restlessness? It lessens. The restlessness lessens. So like when the child starts to walk, when he walks, and then he walks and then he falls down again. But when he matures, when he gets older, then slowly he takes a step. But he's walking very slowly. But when he gets older, yes, when he's just about to start walking, he's just started to walk, he will think where to put his foot. How to step by step, how to put. But sneha is compared, like how, as the sneha increases, that's why it's called the first snana, karunamrita-snana. Puna is snana. You have to understand each and every word. So, karuna. So you see suffering of others and you have eyes, you have tears in your eyes, that is called karuna. So when heart melts, and you have tears in your eyes, you feel their pain. So when Radhaji was very young, she saw that, she picked grass, and so the calf, she wanted to feed that grass to calf. She was only about 2 or 3 years old. What was Radhaji doing? She was feeding the grass to the little calf, baby calf. So, what did this calf do? So pulled. So he took his tongue out and took the grass, eat the grass. Okay, so this Radhaji wanted to feed, because the calf is only baby now, so he's not going to eat grass. But Radharani wanted to feed grass to the baby calf. So forcefully Radharani is feeding the calf with the grass. The edge of the grass is sharp. It's quite sharp. The edge of the grass is sharp. It's like a needle. So this newborn calf, if you put in his mouth, then so so then the blood would come out because the baby calf is so new and is so soft, his mouth is. And then when the Radha Rani saw little blood come out, then Radha Rani has so much sneha and mamta that she felt so much pain in her heart. So that's why karuna, like she's got compassion. This is called snanā of compassion. The sneha you have for Krishna, how will it? So there's so much anand, in the sneha. And with the sneha, the heart melts. The Krishna, sneha rupi. Before snan, they put oil. Before bathing, they put the oil. Nowadays, they don't oil, Before, you put the oil on the body and then have snan, then have bath. But now, you put sabu, you put soap. Now we wash your body with soap. Before, they used to put mustard oil. They massage the body with mustard oil before bathing. So here is giving the example that Krishna, the sneha, the Krishna, sneha rupi. Avar is one part, some like a perfume. Jadi-buti is like jadi-buti, some Ayurvedic herbs. There is jadi-buti. You have to grind that. You dry the herbs and then you grind them, and then you blend it and grind it, and then so like you mix it with haldi. You mix it with haldi, and then you put some few drops of mustard oil, and then kumkum, mix with many things, and then you put it on your body and put it on the body. You massage it on the body. Then your body, the complexion of your body will be very good. It will shine. So Radha's sneha, the love she has for sorry, I'm going to translate what I understand. I'm finding it very difficult with some words. These Hindi words I find. Yeah, he's explaining every word. I think maybe you can tell Taruni to translate it properly afterwards. It might be better. Don't lie, don't put this lie. That the sneha that uddarpan. Uddipta. Krishna sneha is that Radha Rani has so much sneha. Utpan. It's called Utpan. I don't know. What is the English word for it? English word? Turmeric and that. Oh, that mixture. The mixture of turmeric and that oil. So that sneh. So that sneh is compared to that mixture of oil and that strength. So when like the prakash, that when its sneh is matured, it's like it's prakash. This udbatan is a mixture. It's called a mixture of turmeric, mustard oil, and the fragrance. This herbal is another herbal herb, and that makes your skin shine. Karuna-amrita-snana. So that snan is called karuna-amrita-snana. So is compared in with this snan is compared with Uda Balya is compared with the child, young Balya, Odanda, and you will be able to translate better than me. You translate
No,
English
no.
better than me. That's why I'm sorry, I'll stop this. Taruni can translate. It's not good because I really find it very difficult to translate. When it's Podanga, so from Podanga, when they become youthful, Nav Padam Ashwa Yoga, Padam Ashwa. That like when he gets older, Padam changes. When the child, when at the adolescence, around the age of adolescence, walking, talking, looking, how the child she hides when she's in the adolescence. She hides everything. Like even when laughing, there's alag. It changes when you get older into adolescence. In Karnapur, for example, like Rishi Munis, like rainwater is falling on the roof, top, like. So like that, Radhaji and the gopis' beauty, when they come to adolescence age, when they start changing, how they walk, how they hide their shyness, the shine. So the example they are giving is like when the rain flow. So in the Rishi Muni's roof, the roof, when the top, slowly the water is falling down. First the water goes very fast, right? And then slowly, when the rain stops, slowly, when it's like end of the rainfall, then the water is tip, like one drop of rain would fall down. So this is the example given for when there is a young age, when there is a balya-ras, at the childhood is very, very restless. They're walking fast, they're talking fast. When somebody speaks with it's loud and fast, quickly and loud, quickly, you will not understand what they've said. Somebody is speaking so fast, and yes, he expresses, he speaks everything in one, very quickly. He thinks I'm expressing everything, and So when the child is fast, speaking so fast, so when Srimati Radha, so they're giving the example, when the gopis are balika, when they're small, when they're young, they are walking very fast. They they are walking crooked, like one, yes, they're walking not perfectly. But when the child she gets older, then are walking so she's putting very foot by foot very nicely. And then as she gets older, when she's a youthful, and then at youth she is walking, so she's thinking. Before she was laughing, now she will be shy, and she will like a small child. Like a child. When a child is young, he will laugh loudly. But when she becomes at an adolescence age, then her laughter is not loud. It's open, it's hidden. It's then she won't even smile. She won't show that she's smiling. Then she won't laugh loudly. Then she will hide. She'll hide all her feelings. She will just as long as you hide all the moods of your heart. That's why the example, they're giving the example. Yes, these material spiritual things, we will not be able to understand. We have to give so much examples to make the spiritual, to understand the spiritual transcendental things. We have to spiritual things is not material things. How will we able to, how can one make one understand the spiritual things? In the Sanskrit it's called Sakha, like a chandrama, like a moon. Moon is very far, right? It is in the sky, very far away. But then how will the mother explain to the child that mother? So the mother will say, oh, look at that tree, that mango tree, and you see the moon there? That is Chandrama. So, but the moon is not near the tree. The moon is very far away. But still, the mother, to understand the child, so we say that during the full moon, so to show that moon, to show it to the child, she will point to the tree and then say, so she will say, look, the tree is coming from the branch of the tree. So something that's aprakrit, that spiritual bhav, how we can understand the spiritual emotions and bhav. So this example, so they we'll not able to understand. We'll have to be give many examples to make the spiritual bhavs to understand. Like morning snan, the snan in the morning, prakat snan, that's snan in the morning. Before in the villages, they used to have bath. They used to have bath in the afternoon in the village. It's just giving an example. There are, because the water around that time is not very cold or not very hot. With that water they have bath. That's around, they have bath. If then they snan, Kapoor. Pukur. Oh, Pukur. Is it Bengali? It's called. Acha, I don't know. Pukur, I don't know. I don't know. So then there's another snan is in the river where everybody goes away. There's no one there. Sab log hai, means everyone's gone away. Then the ladies will come to the river and they will, there's nobody around there and they will have bath in the river. So lunch time, everybody is having rest. They've had their lunch prasad and they've taken rest. They are taking rest. Everyone in the village is taking rest. So that time the ladies will go to the river and have a bath. And then the Trisri, third type of snan is in the evening. So that type of, nobody's there. What type of a bath is that? That's water. You know, the water that you bring the water from the river and you bath it with that water. Example. Sundariya Kumkum. Sundararupi. So this kumkum, this example is kumkum. So with the sakhis, so mix these three things. Kumkum, kapur, chandan and kumkum. They mix these three. They mix these three items together and then put it on the body. And then Kapoor is camphor, avda, lep, like herbs, chadi booties, herbs. So, and then the three things, then they put chandan, kapoor, camphor and kumkum. So with this, the complexion brightens up. Haldi. Face. The beauty parlor foundation. Like they use for, they put so many different creams on the face to make the face, the complexion. Makeup. You know. Then after the makeup, you can't even recognize the person. You know, during the drama, when they do drama, they put so much makeup on that person that you cannot recognize that person. According to her age, they put this, they put the massage. So according to the age, her sneha and mamta keeps on increasing. So from the childhood, what sneha she had at the childhood, then in Pogan, and in Pogan, how much the sneha was, and then Kishori, then that the bow Radha is increasing as the age increases. saying karunamrita. The Kishori adolescence age, like I said, even the complexion in the karunamrita. So like how when a child is walking very fast, but when she gets older and older, then her walking also she thinks before she puts her foot. So walk becomes more graceful, and then as she gets older, then her walking is very gambhir. It's like very, very serious. It's like she's walking very gracefully. Alankar. So there's like Alankar ornaments. So it's not direct. When she speaks, she decorates the words. Like she decorates the words. Lavanga-snana. Lavanga Puna Yugan. Lavanga-snana. All these are karunamrita. First snana is karunamrita. Karun. No. Karun snan. And then lavanga snan. Lavanga means the beauty of the body. The beauty is shining. The body that's covered that much. So the more the body is covered with clothes, that's how much the beauty is there. You covered the body, cover your body, then that much your beauty will show out more. If your body is naked, then nowadays everything's changed. Before the ladies used to cover their body more. The beauty shows up more when the body is covered with clothes. This the more you cover the body, yes. If you wear less clothes, then it's like Shastra is saying that how means you cover the body with clothes. That's how much the more beauty will show out. There's three types of snan. There's three types of snan. Three types. Also base dressing. The relative translation. Also, when they get older, what Gurudev is saying, when the teenager age, when the girl gets older, or her activities, so gopis, when they're getting older, their activities, what they're doing is also changing. karunamrita-snana, lavanamrita-snana. Govinda Maharaj nicely one book. When Radhaji is putting her clothes, the clothes she's wearing,
One is having difficulty to understand
words. So then Vastradan, when they dress the Radhika, so there's one top, I don't know. Other version is so when they so the bottom is a sham, and then there's a rune word. A rune means what? A rune means the blouse. You know the blouse. The blouse. Is it here?
a blusa de Srimati Radhika.
Lavanamrita anurag. So the red color of the blouse represents the anurag of that she has for Krishna. So anurag is represented by red color. So her top blouse that she puts on is red color. So this affection for Krishna.
Então não quer ver apenas uma vez, quer ver repetidas vezes.
That she has so much anand when she's having Krishna's darshan. Dipta, never satisfied. We are never satisfied with the darshan of Krishna. Sometimes, no. Oh, when this disease, when somebody is sick and the doctor tells, oh, don't give him water. This kind of disease, don't give the doctor, but the person is so thirsty, so thirsty. So when you give one drop of water to him, because the temperature is so high, and the doctor says don't give it water, but he is dying for water. But when you give him one, so maybe you give him one teaspoon of water, and but then with 1 teaspoon, then his thirst even increases more. So similarly, like when you have Krishna's darshan, there is so much anand that when you have darshan of anand, then you want even more and more. So this you are dying to have Krishna's darshan. So like anand, there is so much anand in Krishna's darshan that the tears from your eyes just flow. The tears flow from your eyes continuously. Then the eyes, because of the tears, it blocks the darshan of Krishna, because the tears block that vision of your eyes, because the tears are flowing so much constantly that it blocks the darshan, and so it becomes obstacle. The tears become obstacle. What that much tears in your eyes, and these tears flow, happiness tears flow from your eyes, that become an obstacle again to have darshan of Krishna. So anand is hot, anand is very cooling, and in suffering, so the tears in anand is cool tears. But when the tears flow, because when you are suffering, those tears are a little bit warm or hot. The tears are, so ananda tears are very cooling. They're cool. They're like cool. So Radhaji is saying, so when Krishna, these obstacles, this Satru is enemy, they are enemies, right? What Radharani is saying, that these obstacles are enemies, they are my enemies. So there's so much eagerness to have Radhaji's darshan, that the heart melts, that you want to, where can I make Krishna sit in my heart? So which place in my heart I would make Krishna sit? Because there's so much atanta. When somebody very, very beloved, very dear come to you, you get like, oh, you forget, you are so excited that you forget to give in even a glass of water. Where will I start from? To talk to him? So there is so much love in your heart for that person. So you don't know what words to speak up. Like sometimes if somebody comes somebody comes to a house and guest comes to a house, we welcome him, then we make him sit down, we give him a place to sit, and first what we do? We welcome him. We say, come, please, Maharaji, come. We welcome him. Yeah. We welcome him with nice, sweet words. And then, once he's inside, then you give him a place, asan, a place to sit. And the third is, how are you? How are you? Where have you come from? How was your journey? You will ask those questions to him. Maharaj, how was your journey, Maharaj? And slowly like that you will make conversation with him. And then you will ask him about some food, bhojan. So that's how it's described in the Shastra. That is Vidimag. This is Vidimag. Vidimag. Full of that, I'm very fortunate that you come to my house. Means I am Maharaj, come Maharaj. Avan means welcome. Welcome. And then afterwards, what will you do? You give him a place to sit. And the third is, you ask him, when he sits down, it's slowly, you ask him, you make conversation with, ask him, how was your journey, where do you come from? And then you will bring some water. You will offer some water. So there is a system, right? But Radha she said, even if Krishna comes in my dream, she's thinking, where will I start from? She's got. So first, should I give him water? First you have to give him water, or do I give asan afterwards? What? So it gets like she asks. It's like she's so much excited, everything goes not in the sequence. So first you give him water. Then you are excited. Somebody will love you. Somebody comes, your loved one comes. You are so excited that you forget what to do first. Then you give him water first. But you do it all in the wrong sequence. Oh, you forgot to give him a seat. So it's like not that sequence is the sequence. There's a sequence. What happened to the sequence is disrupted. It's gone upside down. So bhojan. So first you give him bhojan. You offer him bhojan. Because there's so much love there is. She is that you got that you then just give. So they're offering water. She's not offered the seed, and then she'll give water. So it's like sequences is gone upside down. Oh, then she realized, I forgot to give him a seat. So seated where he's standing, he's not seated, and she's offering water. Mm-hmm. So what happens? We prick. So Radha she said, Anand, when he says so much Anand in darshan, there's so much tears flow from the eyes. There's so much prema overflowing from the heart that she's ulta. So she cannot do it. So without, didn't give place to sit, didn't give water. That, oh, you come from so far, like, fan him, he's come from so far away, so let me fan. But the prem, when there's the prem, everything, prem, when there's so much prem, then everything goes ulta, upside down. That's why it's said in the sneha, anurag, darshan, anurag, when there's so much anurag, that's such a beautiful roop of darshan. Paraspest, anurag. The vow is very gambhir, means serious. As you keep the gambhir, if you hide, be more serious with the prem. Gambhir means more serious. You hide it, then it's more, you relish it more. Then if you show it out, then it becomes useless. Then it becomes like swajya bhav, if you show it out. But you have to keep it hidden. That bhav has to be hidden. Where there is no rules and regulation. So that Radha ji, she's misty. How does Radharani looks at Krishna? First, before when she was young, she would stare at Krishna. But now, how she looks at Krishna with a sidelong glance. Now she's looking at Krishna when she's older. Now everything's changed. With now how she looks, how she walks, how she talks. So when this love, she hides like a small bacha. She would put the underpants when the child will put the pants on his head. She doesn't know what to do when he's child. But as he gets older and older, he knows where to put the pants, how to wear the clothes. So here. There's 3 snans. Morning snan, madhyam, afternoon snan, and evening snan. So 3 times. Both time is the morning snan. What was that? In the afternoon, it's called. Morning is the well. Afternoon is a river, and in the evening. So the water is bucket. Yeah, they fill the bucket with water in the river. From the river, they keep it, and then they use that water to bath in the evening. So morning. So it says as the anurag increases, for Krishna, you hide that. Like kapoor, camphor. When the if you put it in a tightly container, the camphor, the fragrance. But if you leave the camphor outside, then it will dry off. Like it will evaporate in the sneha. So similarly, the sneha for Krishna, the sneha and priti, you will hide it. In the beginning, it's like it's open. It's like camphor. Then as it increases, then it's hidden. It's like it is speaking, walking, talking is very different. They don't speak Krishna's name. They are sakhis. The sakhis will speak about Krishna they will they will ornament the words. The words they'll compare the words with the nature or they will like when they are remembering Krishna, then they are comparing what is the color of the Krishna. When Krishna is cow grazing, when it must be very hard for Krishna to do cow grazing. Like in the material world, during the wedding, they won't speak husband's name. So, here what do they say? They won't speak the husband's name. Chunchal. Yeah, they won't speak. The wife will not speak the husband's name. She will just say, you listening? Like, you listening? The wife will not speak husband's name. But nowadays, now it's different. Now they will speak. They speak husband's life like in a friendly manner. Before the wife, they would not speak husband's name, but here Radha ji, the mother Jashoda is speaking what is Kanaya ke papa. Mother Jashoda will speak like Kanaya's father, Kanaya's papa. Papa. So it's a Kanaya ke papa. Now, the mother Jashoda, how will we call Nanda Baba? She won't speak Nanda Baba's name. She will call him by Kanaya's father, Kanaya's pita. So let's say if she didn't have children, then how will she say to her husband? So like Sita Devi, how did Sita Devi went into birth, how was she calling Ram? Rajya Putra. So she will not speak Ram by the name. She will say Rajya Putra, son of the prince. Yeah. Rajya Putra. So if you don't have children, then what will the wife speak? Haji. क्या बोलते हैं हाजी? सुनसा. In Bengal they say sunsa. She say, hey, सुनते हो? Are you listening? There's a way of speaking. So So as the anurag increases, that sneha, as it gets thicker between each other, then the darshan. That, so when she darshan, so many times she's darshan, but she'll think, oh, I've never had darshan before. That she's so excited, I've never had darshan before. Every time she has darshan, it's like, oh, I've never seen him before, I've never had his darshan before. When Radhaji meets Krishna, she's met Krishna in the Kunj, but then when she goes outside, and then Lalita says, hey Radhe, so describe how, please tell us, speak about how you had darshan of Krishna, how you saw Krishna. This one kirtan. Then Radhaji, just hearing the name of Krishna, she cries. She doesn't use the Krishna name. She says, "Ava pran priyatam." When I had darshan of him, that what is he like? Then what is like? That I can look. How he speaks. If I saw him, then I feel it's a Braj Kirtan that when Lalita is saying, so she's saying, I haven't seen Krishna. Then she's saying, Lalita saying to Radharani, but you just had darshan of Krishna. So the Kirtan. Saying Sakhi, what jadugar, what is magic in this name? Magic, what is that magic? What magic there is in Shyam's name? So if I hear the Shyam's name, it goes in my ear, it goes into my hand, in my heart, and it just stills the heart. The heart gets melted just listening to Shyam's name. Lalita is saying, speak about Krishna. So he said, I haven't even seen Krishna. Where will I meet him? Where? What is he like? How? So she, Radha said, Radhaji is crying. And what is Lalita Devi saying? Lalita is saying to Chitra Devi, Chitra, you make a picture, you paint Krishna, make a picture of Krishna. Radhaji is sitting past. Radha is so absorbed in the Chintaman, and she's explaining. And Chitra Devi, she is painting. She's painting Krishna's face. Slowly, she's painting Krishna's face. And then she traces the face, she printed the whole body. Then she comes to the feet. When she's painted the feet, then she gets up and she said, so don't finish the picture, because now Krishna will go away. So even the Chitrapat, she's just looking at the picture of Krishna. She said, don't draw the feet. If you draw the feet, then he'll run away somewhere. Then he'll go away. So please keep it in your heart. Don't let him out. I want to keep him in my heart. I don't want to let him out. You made me so mad. You made me bhikhari, beggar. So that I will give you. I will give you a punishment, that I will keep you in my heart and I'll never let you out from my heart. There is the power. It's explained. I am sorry, I could not understand all the words. They were really, really hard words to explain. I couldn't.